So what's the difference between the latest IEEE 519 standard in 2022 versus the previous standards of 2014 and 1992 before that? So there's been three major revisions of the IEEE 519 standard. The first revision that came after the original in 1992 was kind of pretty recently in 2014. And then ever since then, there's been an update just in 2022. So what are the differences? Let's talk about those for a second. The major difference in the 2022 one was around distributed energy resources. So let me show you something on a slide. This comes right out of the standard, and basically it's just a simple flow chart. It says, does the installation have distributed energy resources or inverters, inverter-based resources on board? And if yes, is the combination of that less than 10% of the annual average load? If yes, don't worry about it. Just apply the IEEE 519 standard as it normally would. But if it is greater than 10%, you have to apply current limits from a standard with an applicable scope, such as IEEE Standard 1547 or IEEE Standard 2800. So again, those are really important distinctions in this new standard. Why is that so important? Because today we have a lot more distributed energy resources. Now, the more recent updates from 2014 went into an increase of voltage distortion from 5% to 8%, so that carried over into the 2022 one as well. And then the only other change was with statistical limits in the 2014 one that superseded the 1992 standard. So if you look at the differences in the three standards, 1992, 2014, 2022, the main difference in 2022 is the DERs. The main difference in the 2014 is the 5% went to 8% for low voltage distortion limits on voltage, and statistical information was put into the 2014. The other really interesting thing, I think, is from the 1992 standard, it was about 100 pages. It went down to about 20 pages in 2014, and that stayed for the 2022. So instead of adding a whole lot more information, they really made it much more concise and precise on what you need to worry about. So that's the differences in the standards.